Let me share with you a thought-provoking parable that will challenge our perceptions and understanding of patience in judgment. It's a story of wheat and tares, of good and evil growing side by side. Have you ever found yourself quick to judge others or make assumptions based on appearances, only to discover later that your initial judgment was flawed? Now imagine a vast field, lush with green stalks of wheat, the symbol of goodness and righteousness. Among the wheat, however, an unwelcome intruder had taken root, the tares, representing the weeds of evil and deceit. As the wheat and tares grew together, it became challenging to distinguish one from the other. How often do we encounter situations where it's hard to differentiate between right and wrong, truth and deception, or good and evil? In this parable, the servants were eager to uproot the tares immediately, fearing the impact they would have on the crop. But the wise owner of the field, representing God, demonstrated remarkable patience. He understood that hastily removing the tares might also damage the wheat, which was still growing and maturing. The story teaches us the value of patience in judgment, how we should refrain from rushing to conclusions and allow time for truth to reveal itself. It reminds us that God's wisdom transcends our limited perspective, and He knows when the right time for judgment will come. Let us confess. There have been moments when we've been too quick to judge others, passing harsh verdicts without considering the full picture. We may have overlooked the potential for redemption and growth, just like the tares among the wheat. The parable invites us to practice patience and discernment, for in due time the true nature of people and situations will be unveiled. It reminds us that only God has the ultimate wisdom to judge, and our role is to cultivate understanding, compassion, and love. So as we delve into this parable, let us ponder our own tendencies to rush to judgment, and may we find inspiration to embrace patience and empathy. Let us reflect on how we can foster an environment where people can grow, change, and be transformed, just as the wheat matures in the field. By doing so, we can be agents of grace and love in a world that so desperately needs it. This is the end of this episode. Follow for more content.